The rural areas in South Africa were once abandoned. Post-apartheid regime, we are seeing a trend of people migrating from the urban areas into the rural areas for a better life. This video today is designed to enlighten those who have been wondering why people are leaving the urban areas for the rural areas, and also those who are close-minded about the rural areas. I am hoping through this video to provide information that is going to shed light to those who are critical of the people who leave the urban areas for the rural areas. I'm also hoping through this video that a young South African is going to get insight of what is the possibility, instead of looking at just one way of doing things. I'm just hoping also those people who are critical of people who are building their businesses in the rural areas, stating that it's nothing but liability than investment, well, listen to the video and I'm going to give you a better understanding of the rural areas. So many people have argued that, building in the rural areas and building those mansions, it is really a liability than an investment. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Velile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa. Let me adjust you guys. I feel like you are a little bit low. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa and currently I balance between two countries. I live in Washington DC in United States of America, and I also live in South Africa. I am in South Africa right now. It is a summer break in United States, so we are back in South Africa and trying to catch up with everything that we need to do. But guys, I'm here to talk about a very critical issue. As you know that on this channel I showcase the rural areas of South Africa and talk about developments in the rural areas and encourage people to invest in the rural areas. I've been doing that now for quite some time. It's about 3 years of me being on this channel and doing this, and I have gained a lot of people who are new on this channel, and they do have their own opinions and their outlook to what I'm talking about. So I felt like I need to bring it here on this platform where we can discuss and see if it is, how do you guys see this? Most of the comments that I get, whether on TikTok, I am on TikTok guys as Veli the Boss Lady too, and I am also on Instagram as Veli the Boss Lady. Please, you can follow me on those platforms also. But I'm more on YouTube where I voice my voice and say things that probably can encourage and motivate other people to better their lives. So hence I am mostly on YouTube and talk on YouTube. I don't really advertise on YouTube about TikTok or anything like that. On TikTok I do almost the very same thing, but I do it in Zulu language, so probably if you do not understand Zulu you will be lost on that channel. But here on YouTube I speak in English, and I try by all means to be as inclusive as possible, because we want our stories to be told and need to be heard by the rest of the world, because we are doing a great thing in the rural areas anyway. So most of the people who put out their views, they argue that going back to the rural areas and claiming ancestral land and building those beautiful mansions, it's more of a liability than an investment. I don't know what you guys think of that, but my opinion on that, as much as I don't want to put out large paragraphs trying to reply on one person, and then the message can be missed by the others who probably might even read that comment and don't go and read my my reply to that comment. So I felt like, let me just bring it over here on this platform so that we can talk about it. And this is just my opinion and my view of it, hence I talk about it. And also it is my experience, because I grew up there. I grew up in the rural areas. I have built in the rural areas. I'm living in the rural areas. I kind of know exactly how the rural areas operate and the tribal law in South Africa and how it works. Guys, I thought very well about how am I going to address these comments, and I felt like, you know what, I just need to give people something probably they are not aware of. Enlighten them, especially those who are so indoctrinated and still living in the old system in such a way that they are refusing to give themselves liberty to live and liberty to even own property, especially that of their ancestors. It's such a sad thing, but I thought I should remind those of the Constitution of South Africa, especially Section 25 of the Constitution of South Africa, which states very well that no one may be deprived of property except in terms of law of general application, and no law may permit arbitrary deprivation of property in South Africa. Good enough to affirm and also to oblige with the Constitution of South Africa, the post-apartheid government developed a land reform program which focused on three important areas: land redistribution to address lack of access to land for productive people and for residential purposes. Further to that, the land reform program, it also addressed the land restitution, which focuses on restoring land to those who lost land due to previous discriminatory laws, and secure tenure to those whose tenure is insecure. I don't know what people really need to be awakened and be enlightened of their rights in South Africa. Okay, now let's just move on into what ownership of land in tribal areas mean to South Africans. The ownership of tribal land in South Africa has been given to tribal authority for control purposes and to ensure that the processes of people occupying land in rural areas in South Africa, it is under control. So tribal authority is there to represent people on their tribal land. So now let's talk about who is tribal authority. Those are the chiefs of the villages. The villages are formed of tribes and the clans of the Bantu people in South Africa. Your tribe and your clan determines where your ancestral land is located in South Africa around the 9 provinces. The fact that you were born in the city because your parents decided to go and live in the city for work, or your grandparents decided to go to the city for work and they gave birth to your father and your mother gave birth to you in the city, does not mean that you do not have ancestral land or ancestral lineage into your tribe and your village around the 9 provinces in South Africa if you are one of the Bantu people of South Africa. Claiming that land as a young South African today, going back into your ancestral land, asking your mom and your dad and your grandmother, if you still have a great-grandmother and great-grandfather, ask them where they came from, where they migrated from to come and work in the cities, because we are all migrant laborers in the city. We all came to work from somewhere. So where did we come from? So ask yourself that before you can go into the comment section and talk about title deeds and talk about investment and talk about all those things. That land, it is of value to you. Okay, let me just spell it to you so that you can be of understanding of how this land is of value to you. When you get to your chief in your village, where your tribe and your clans are located, you can ask to be allocated land, and if the chief agrees, you'll be allocated something called a PTO, which is a permit to occupy. It's a certificate that allows you to live, and also you can create business with that land in the rural areas. And the occupation certificate, it allows you to occupy that land for 99 years of your living, and then also pass it over to your sons or even your daughters, for that matter, when you pass away. They will still carry on and leave your legacy. If you've created a business around that land, the business will carry on. That is called investment, not liability. Here is another part that you totally forgot while you were waiting for the title deed from the bank to approve you of ownership of whatever land that you are still dreaming of having. People in the rural areas, especially those who are close to the cities and living nearby the oceans, are enjoying the businesses in tourism. Their houses have been turned into guest houses and they are making a lot of money, and that is called investment, not liability. They are not losing money. Money is not being taken out of their pockets, but they are gaining money back into their pockets. It's called investment. They have assets, same as you do in the city. The only thing is that they paid little for that land, or close to nothing, while you pay millions of dollars or rands. Well guys, I hope this video has helped those who probably post the comments around this issue often on my videos. Maybe you are a little bit enlightened and informed about the rural areas and how things are happening around there, and I hope it has educated somebody who did not know of this information. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.